Hi guys, my name's Climate of Joe. Welcome back to a new Minecraft YouTube live stream. We are live? We are. Sorry, the stream, I can't see the screen. Screen's playing up. There we go. We're live on this YouTube channel today. Right, we're live. Fantastic. Good afternoon everybody who's live on the stream right now. We're gonna build something. So, hello DVD bros, welcome to the stream. What should we build? There we go, perfect. Welcome to the stream, everyone that's just joined it. We're just quickly... I built my equipment so hard, I had to... How did you get 200 people building it? How did you do that? Was that a server or something? But there's no way you'd be able to get 242 people on a regular Minecraft world. Because Minecraft doesn't support that many people on worlds. But yeah, a thousand blocks by 1,000 blocks, you would have had to cover a surface area of over 100,000 blocks. Interesting then. Fair play. Hello to the people who are in the stream right now, welcome. I'm just currently thinking of building something. I don't know exactly what we're going to build yet, but yeah, so we're going to go this way. Is there anyone in the stream right now? No, we've only had 2 comments at the moment, that's alright. 18 people, wow. Yo, can you show your house? Yeah, we have to go back. We can, we just have to go back this way. Hello, M Plays Games, welcome to the stream. Oh, just give me a sec, guys, itchy nose. Yeah, okay, we'll go back this way. Oh, sorry guys, got an itchy head. Ooh. Very itchy nose. Hay fever, anyway. Right, so we need to go around, pick up this cobblestone. But I haven't done anything with cobblestone, so how that's there I have absolutely no idea. Interesting. Floating cobblestone, that's interesting. There we go. My house is just over there behind that blue building. We just got to get over there first. So, to go over here, guys, I think we might be able to start seeing it come into view now. Not quite yet. We can't see it come into view It's just a little bit out of view, so we've got to go this way. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to run over here for a second, because the best view, the best, like, I think the best view is from over here. I think the best view's from here. There we go. So there you go, plays games. Yeah, it's massive, but it's because I've played this world for a long time. So we've got 4 entrances that look exactly the same on all 4 sides. We've got the wishing well that's been here since before the house. This is new actually. This Minecraft house, I took my old house down and rebuilt it in exactly the same spot. So we have the chest rooms down here. We've got the old we got my old chest room. We've got my new chest room. What's up, brown eater? I mean, brownies are nice, I gotta admit. This is the chest room, guys. It's basically a purpose-built storage room. Yeah, let's quickly go upstairs. There's 2 staircases on this side, 1 on that side. And then there's a corridor here. This goes to my bedroom, guys, and we can see the balcony. We can see the view from here. Your house is goated, thank you. And you can see everything that we've built over the years on this world. So I've played this world for 9 years. That's a miniature replica of the house. So we'll go over there in a second. And then we'll go to the other balcony, which is literally straight across. Where we can see, how's your day been, person? Beans person. My day's been good. How's yours been? You can just see some of the areas of the world. That's ironic. That's ironic. Ty Badger said that because his YouTube channel name is Glow Beans. But yeah, he was aiming it at me because he called me a British beans enjoyer. We'll go over to the replica. Why am I going this way? I should go this way, really. I should go this way, so to get up there we need to take this path. We need to go around here. Yeah. Oh, very good. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good to hear, Voslav Markovich. That's really good to hear that you had a good day. Right, so take the path across, take the mountain path across here, and now we'll go to the miniature house. So we've got the miniature. You sound so fed up. No, I'm alright. It's very warm, but I'm not fed up. I'm not fed up. I'm honestly, Glowbeans, I'm never fed up. No, it's not that. It's something personal. Yeah. It's more of a personal thing. It's not anything to do with YouTube. It's not anything to do with anything in the comments or anything like that. It's just a personal thing. You shed out in frames and put glass panes on the house where the entrances are. Yeah. Should we think of something to build today? We're just gonna pop here. Yeah, there we go. So whoops. How is everybody? Does everybody remember yesterday's stream? Fish and chips. Guys, do you remember yesterday's stream? Glowbeans, were you in the stream yesterday? I think you were, weren't you? Oh, Swiss Rex. Remember what Swiss Rex? Because I know you're in the stream. Remember when Tyrese Hall moaned at me yesterday in the stream for because of Aussie, oi oi oi, and I said Oggy, oi oi. And apparently that's disrespectful. That's offensive. Apparently that's offensive to Australians. Yeah, when that was mentioned. Well, not offensive. Apparently, that's ripping into an Australian chant. Oggy actually came first. The Aussie is actually a rip off of Oggy. So it can't be offensive. I can't be making offence if that one come first, can I? It pops into my head after yesterday's stream. I'm like, Oggy's 40 years older than Aussie. So the Australian chant's actually a rip off. Popped into my head the other day. I was like, the end of yesterday's stream. So yeah, Aussie, oi oi is actually a rip off of Oggy, oi oi. Yeah, no, it is. Oggy, oi oi was emerged in the 1960s in the sport as a British sporting chant. Aussie, oi became popular after the Australian Olympics of 2000. So Oggy is over 40 years older. So I wasn't mocking an American chant. If anything, the American chant, I mean the Australian chant. If anything, the Australian chant is mocking the British sporting chant. I'm not petty, but the guy commenting that oh, that's strike one for mocking an Australian chant. I'm not mocking an Australian chant. I'm saying a British chant, which is older. What do you guys think? Is that petty to say that I'm mocking an Australian chant when Oggy is a lot older? If you see me playing in the Premier League, would you be surprised? Probably not. I don't know. You might be really good. I don't know. Everyone wants to play in the Premier League, though. Everyone wants to play in the Premier League. The problem is, though, everyone wants to play in the Premier League, but then the one thing I hate about the Premier League now is that there's not enough English players. Liverpool did it last year in the Merseyside derby, because I'm an Everton fan, so obviously Everton and Liverpool are, cross city rivals. What do you think? What did you think? Do you think that's a bit petty, moaning about a chant which is similar, even though the chant which is similar is 40 years older? Do you play normal Minecraft? I do. Random BFDI level. Yes, I do. Yeah, the Premier League. Liverpool did it last year. Hello, Burger Potato. Yeah. To be honest, don't overthink it. Yeah, I'm not overthinking it. Honestly, like the Premier League though, Liverpool did it where basically they didn't even have an English player on. They didn't even have an English player on the. They didn't even have an English player in the squad. Surely the footballing academy should be going. There's no homegrown talent there. Did I do anything? No, you just commented eh. You just commented eh. I didn't understand what you meant by eh. No, you haven't done anything. You just commented eh. I didn't know what you meant by just commenting eh. I thought you were going to put some else underneath it. Yeah, the Premier League, they didn't have one of the Premier League teams played a game with literally no English player on the starting 11, which I didn't think that was right. I think there should be a certain amount of English players in the squad. Well, in the first team. Used to be by law. Yeah, it used to be by law, guys. Back in the mid 1980s, there used to be a law that you could only have like 2 foreign players. Which you should have more than 2 foreign players, but there should be a cap. You've got to have like 3 English players. Yeah, but I did take a pic. Cool. Unless I haven't got unless you have put a pic. You might have put a pic, but I haven't got Discord open. Yeah, hello Burger, welcome to the stream. But did take a pic. Oh, is that me taking the screenshot of the comment? Was that me taking the screenshot of Tyrese's comment, which and then I put the thing underneath? I put a screenshot in Discord, my Discord server, about the comment. Stop mocking an Australian chant, and I just put the words. I just put the definition underneath it. It said, "Oggy Oggy Oggy," emerged in the 1960s. Aussie 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 is a variation of Oggy 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 that emerged in the early 2000s in the Olympics, which I found that really funny. I'm like, so really, I didn't mock anything. No, that's all right. I'm probably just gonna be in Decepted server, VC, or I'm not gonna join the VC because I'm kind of behind with some work on my book stuff. I don't know. I didn't exactly write enough yesterday. But I am into the nitty gritty now of where I am literally writing one of the darkest things I've ever written. It's not what type of music I'm into. I'll listen to any music as long as there's good lyrics. I don't like rap, for example, because I don't like rap music, for example, because all rap music seems to be about the same thing nowadays. Hello, Concordastic Aviator, and hello, Grassman up 12. Welcome to the stream. What's the best place to start a ginormous Minecraft house? Probably the I don't know, Glowbeans, to be honest, because I did this house weirdly. Where I basically built the rim first. I built the rim of the house first, and then I basically filled the rooms and floors in afterwards. That's what I did. That's not what everyone would do, but it just happens to be that's what I did. Just happens to be that's what I did. Oh, I've got a sore foot. No, I don't. I've never really listened to her, but I find people like her though. I find people like her to not. It's not her music. I don't like her personality. I find her to I think she thinks herself more of an influencer than a singer. I see her as more of an influencer than a singer. I don't like those singers I don't like, to be honest, Swiss Rats, I don't like those singers that try and tell other people what to do. Yeah. The thing with her, though, it's all about breakups. I'm like, can you sing about anything other? With her though, it's all about the same. It's a lot of the songs about the same thing. But I don't like, the reason I don't like her though is I find her too oh, what's the right word? I find her too political and that making statements. So basically, yeah, I see her more of an attention seeker, to be honest. So a few years ago, I can't remember what his name is. A few years ago, a player was going up for the Golden Globe. The Golden Globe, a football player was going up for the Golden Globe. He would have been. This is obviously soccer if you're American. Player was going up for the European Golden Globe. They asked him a question about. Yeah, they asked. Honestly, they asked this guy. They asked a player nominated for the best young player in Europe in football. They asked him a question about did he like Taylor Swift, and because he said no, he didn't like her music. Taylor Swift fans tried to influence the vote to make sure he didn't win. So I don't like Taylor Swift because I find her and her fans too. I find a lot of her fans too brainwashed by her. I don't like celebrities that get absolutely worshipped like they're God, because you have it goes to the point you have people like Donald Trump that can admit to breaking the law and people admit they don't see anything wrong. The problem is I don't like Andrew Tate, for example. I don't like people that generally worship them and don't believe they've done anything wrong. Because anybody that's rich has probably done something wrong. Yeah, Ronaldo, yeah. I don't like people that absolutely worship them like they're God. I hate celebrities that do that. So that's why I don't like people like Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish. And then if you keep worshipping... Honestly, the thing is, if you keep worshipping them like gods... If you keep worshipping them like gods, don't have one. Honestly, don't have one because it's pointless. But if you keep worshipping these celebrities like gods, they start to believe their own publicity. Which I hate I hate seeing that when that happens. A guy in my college class had that. He basically acted for his a guy in my college class. He acted in his cousin's feature film, was the main character, and then all he posted about was the reviews saying that he should go up and get awards. So I was sat there reading it and I was like, he's just believing his own publicity here. You shouldn't believe your and the worst thing a lot of people can do is believe their publicity. And the problem is a lot of these young celebrities now do. And start believing that they can do anything. I mean, you had people like Ryan Giggs, for example, that somehow got away with throwing his girlfriend out of the hotel room. You've, but did I say Ryan Giggs or Ryan Reynolds then? Not Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Giggs. But I said the worst is some people just start to believe their own publicity, and that's what I see with Taylor Swift fans. If you don't agree with Taylor, well, I do like more British music. Well, some American music's good, but the problem with music nowadays is you can't hear the lyrics. People just the lyrics. I think some songs are so violent nowadays. A guy in the UK took off for rapping recently. He's now back in prison because they found out that his song was talking about glorifying accidentally killing the wrong person. And I'm just like, see, that's the type of music that shouldn't be shown, but you know, back in the day, you had to go to a record label to get your song shown. Now you can post it to YouTube. To get your song out there, you had to get found by like a record label. But nowadays you can post it to YouTube, and pretty much you have singers that what they sing about you probably shouldn't be shown, but. What? No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say, hello, Tashfir F1 Gaming. Yeah, what's up? Nothing much. How are you? Ed Sheeran is alright. Coldplay, yeah, Coldplay's brilliant. What's good about Coldplay, though, is, you know, they've been around now for, like, 28 years. The thing is, Coldplay have been around for years, Swiss Rex, which that's good. The problem is nowadays you have all these young stars come out, believe their own publicity, like One Direction, and within 5 years they'd annihilated themselves. Within 5 years they were gone. Bro, do you recognise me? Yeah, you were in my streams a few weeks ago. But honestly, like, you had people like One Direction. You've got people like, for example, you've got people like, hello Hikaru Blockstreet, welcome to the stream. Honestly, Swiss Rex, you have people like Coldplay that are going strong 28 years later. You've got people like the Wurzels, who've been going around for like 40 odd years. You've got people, other bands that have been going around for like 30, 40 years. And then you've got people like One Direction that took off because of fans and media and TV. No, not really. You haven't missed anything. We've only been streaming 20 minutes. Oh, thanks, dude, for recognising me. I'm not going to forget you if for missing like 3 streams. But honestly, Swiss Rex, if you're still in the stream, there's some bands that, you know, the media. There's some bands that, you know, young children go, oh, they're good. Go and watch them. I come daily, right? Most often, yeah. I can't remember you. Yeah. Sorry, guys, I've got cramp in my one leg. Yeah, what I was referring to, Swiss Rex, you had people like One Direction. Yeah, after 5 years, One Direction broke up. But the problem is people worship them to the point that they believe they can do no wrong, and then after 5 years they've annihilated themselves. And you got some bands that went around for years, just touring. Black Sabbath, for example. I've only missed 2 of your streams. That's alright. You don't have to turn up to everyone. Which leg? 1, 2, or 3? I haven't got a... Oh, yeah, I have got a third leg because it's that big. Leg 2. No, it's my right leg. It's my right leg is absolutely sore. Yeah, but the problem is they took off too young. They took off too young. Like, I have no pity honestly, I have absolutely no pity for the one that died recently. The hotel should never have put him in there, but why was he on drugs? And why was he on drugs? It's really sad that he died, but these celebrities now, too much money, don't know what to do with it, and then turn to drugs. Like, I mean, it's like that P Diddy. What I've got from his case is too much money. Doesn't know what to do with it. So basically did whatever he wanted and started to think he was invincible. Justin Bieber, perfect example. He took off far too young. He took off when he was like 16, didn't he? He became a drug addict. He would spit on crowd members. I think hello Sophia, welcome to the stream. I'm really good. How are you, Sophia? But yeah, honestly, Swiss Rex, that's just 13. Yeah, so he's 2007. He would have been 13, because I think he's 8 years older than I am. So yeah, 2007. Yeah, I'd have been 5 in 2007. No, but honestly, took off too young. Hikaru Bloxy just changed your name. Yeah, honestly, people like P Diddy took off too much money. You often see it with football players. I said Hikaru Bloxy touched. Oh, you don't know who these celebrities are? What we were talking about is celebrities that celebrities that people worship, who actually do wrong shit. So he's saying he's 30 now. Well, yeah, but he took off 17 years ago. But he's not a porn star. Hikaru Bloxfruit. He's not a porn star. He's a celebrity. He's a singer that obviously took off when he was 13. When he was 20, he got arrested in Australia, and then he tried to lie his way out of it, going, "I don't recall ever going to Australia. I don't recall," and he was smiling doing it. It's like, now you're high as a kite. I know. I think he does make music, but I think it's one of those. He took off too young. He took off too young and had too young, too much money. You see it with football players now. You see it with football players now as well. Like you see it with football players now as well. Like for example, Moise Kean, who played for Everton for 2 years, hardly played, striker, now doing really well for Fiorentina. Moise Kean, 19 years old, during COVID for Everton, he got reprimanded because he threw a COVID party and had people he shot a video of him having a party at his house with loads of other people. Too much money and just broke all the COVID laws. You see it all the time. You see all these celebrities do it, where basically because they're worshipped, they think they can get away with everything. Oh, sorry. Hello, Mia. Welcome to the stream. I didn't see your comment. But okay, be right back. Okay. But yeah, these celebrities, too much money, don't know what to do with it. What do you guys think? Like, the last time we posted was 3 years ago. Honestly, of all those child stars that took off in that period, like, Bieber, Selena Gomez, I think Selena Gomez is the only one that's actually doing anything. But I think she's more down to earth than some of the others. I'm not ignoring you. I read it and I thought your comment was weird. I think Great Snow Home. Honestly, a lot of these young stars that take off, a lot of them don't actually a lot of their careers fizzle out, and it's because, you know, I've never liked her though. I've never liked her, but I with her though, I think she's pampered. No. She's literally like 4 months younger than me. Jojo Siwa's something like 20. She's like 22. She's like 22. I think I remember reading it like she was only like she's only like 4 months younger than I am. But no, the thing with her though is that, you know, the thing with her though is her parents were rich, so of course rich parents, no contacts, take off. That's basically, she's the epitome of things I hate. Where should you go? I don't know. Japan. I don't know. But honestly, she's honestly, Swiss Rex. She's the epitome of everything I hate. Yeah, well, Billie Eilish is only a year older than I am. I don't like her either. I don't like her, Jojo Siwa. Bro, do you have a Discord server? I do, yeah. Which is why we've got a Discord link in the description, in the stream. Oh god, guys, I'm sorry, I still got cramp in my knee. It's basically on the back leg. Hell no. Want to know the reason why? Yeah, why? Why wouldn't you want to go to Japan? No, but honestly, Swiss Rex, Billie Eilish, Jojo Siwa have all got famous parents. You're making a fan map in Minecraft? You're tall, right? Yeah. What's that got to do with Japan? I mean, we don't know you're tall. You could be lying. You could be like You could be like 3 foot. Because none of us know what you look like, Hikaru Bloxfruit, so you could be lying. You could say you're 6'4", and you could actually be, you know, 4'3". We have no idea. What do you guys think? Is Hikaru Bloxfruit actually over 6 foot? In the strip Japan, if you tour, prostitute will come to you. Have you been watching too much cartoons? That's not true, I don't think. I think you've been watching too many cartoons. To us. It's true. I think that's too many cartoons. Honestly, I don't think that's true. I think that's... honestly, Hikaru Bloxfruit, I don't think that's true. Yeah, hello Mia, welcome back. Yeah, Hikaru Bloxfruit, I don't think that's true. I think that's a joke, and a joke somewhere. Yeah, well, Japanese people tend to be shorter, like 5'7", but there are Japanese people over 6 foot. Hikaru Bloxfruit. Like, I see it. Like, you've seen it. Yeah, but how do you know that's real? Because not everything you see on the internet's real. I know you're not Japanese, but I said if you've seen it on social media, how do you know it's not? How do you know it's not fake? There are some videos. There's videos. There's videos on social media that are completely fake. You watch it on a website, yeah, but as I said, a website. How do you know that's real? Sudanese people on average are 6'3". That's true. Hello, Skatepunk. Welcome to the stream. How old? Sorry. How are you, Skatepunk? Sorry, I was referring to what Hikaru Bloxfruit said then. Yeah, but Hikaru Blockstreet, not everything you see on websites is real. I saw a video the other day about, Israel have just nuked Iran. No, they haven't. He's saying that if you're tall, Hikaru Blockstreet's saying if you're tall in Japan, prostitutes will just seduce you. Which I think you've been watching too much cartoons, because that's not true. I've been cleaning my storage on my Xbox and cleaning my room. I should be cleaning my bedroom, actually, everybody, because I've got to say, honestly, everybody, I've been trying to put a new desk in for 2 weeks, but my bed broke and I had to get rid of the bookshelf. So I don't watch cartoons. Yep, but it's a joke, Hikaru Blockstreet. But I'm saying I think you've been watching too much TV. You're not gonna. Prostitutes aren't just gonna hunt you down because you're tall in Japan. I probably will, Burger. I probably will join the VC later on, and we're probably torture decepted, which, you know, that could be rather tempting at times. I'm joking, guys. We're not going to torture decepted. We torture his mother instead. I'm joking. Nah. But I'm not saying it wouldn't happen, Hikaru Blockstreet, but that's not going to happen on industrial scale. A Japanese... Should I take him out? Bro, today was insane. Really? What happened? You caught your bro watching corn. Yeah, Japan is one of the safest countries. Your brother was probably just having a good time. Is your brother older than you? What? For everyone's sake, we hope he was older than you. You have a girlfriend. Congratulations. I don't know. It's a country that would make me look tall, actually. It's a country that would make me look tall. Because the average height for in Japan is 170 centimeters. So it would make me look tall. They love anime, but that's where it comes from. That's where anime comes from. Like, you wouldn't want... Anime doesn't come from anywhere else but Japan. I personally would prefer if anime wasn't shown on British TV. I would prefer if British TV was 75% British made. You got the severe beating. Ooh. But I imagine, because you're really tall, I imagine he's really tall as well. So I imagine that beating's going to be very long. Hold on a minute, guys. OBS is playing up. Why is it not working? Oh, I've got cramp in my leg. Honestly painful. He is short. Yeah, but then... How tall is he then? Hikaru Blockstreet? Because what is your definition of short? Oh, could be worse, Skatepunk. I had an even weirder comment yesterday. That's above average. That's above average, Hikaru Blockstreet. The average height for 13 is 5 foot. I've seen a weirder comment, Skatepunk. Tyrese Hall, who watches my streams, he accused me of mocking an Australian chant yesterday, when the British chant I used is 40 years older than the Australian chant. So the Australian chant Aussie 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 oi 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 is a rendition of the British chant Oggy 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 oi oi oi, and apparently I was really offensive to Australians for that. Yeah, this is Legacy Edition. It is, yeah. It is Legacy Edition. So apparently I offended I offended him by saying that, but I don't think he realises that Oggy 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 is over 40 years older. Smoked what oven? Oven. Well, we call it an oven. We don't call it a smoker. We call it an oven. In the UK, the cooker is the oven, or they call it the cooker or the oven, to be honest. It's like the radiator. We call it the radiator. Bro, nostalgia hits. Are you on PS3 or Xbox? Nintendo Switch, because Nintendo Switch had this version for 13 months before it was discontinued. We're just going to quickly pop over to the other chest. This is a later stream today, guys. Yeah, I haven't honestly, Skatepunk, I have no idea what that guy was calling me stupid. But we took the piss afterwards because everyone was just commenting facker, facker, facker. But I don't think Tyrese is ever going to watch my stream again because he just said goodbye at the end of it. Apparently that was strike one if I ever mock an Australian chant, but I didn't mock an Australian chant. I said the original chant, which was Oggy Oggy Oggy. But then, yeah, he seems like a nice guy, but he jumped to the gun yesterday and accused me of mocking an Australian chant. But what was it he said? Oh, I'm strictly taught. But is that too strictly taught to believe that... Is that too strictly taught, though? Honestly, I love when you're patriotic to your country, but is that too blindly patriotic that you've jumped to conclusion that someone's mocked your chant, even though the chant that your country uses is a recreation of a British chant that every British person knows Oggy 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 oi oi oi. It's one of the most used sporting chants in the UK. So is he going to fall out with every British person that says that chant? If so, then what's that's strictly I'm strictly taught, he said, which obviously strictly taught to obviously, you know, be patriotic, which patriotic's good, but overly patriotic and believing the Miraculous Ladybug. No, well, I've heard of it, but Miraculous Ladybug was a TV show that Miraculous Ladybug I think came out. Hold on, let's have a look. I have heard of it. I never watched it. The reason I've never watched it though, Swiss Rex, is because when it came out that show came out in 2015. That show came out in 2016, in 2015, 26. I think it was 2016 in the UK. It came out in 2016 in the UK. I was 14. I was 14 years old. Ironically, you're 14 now, aren't you? I was the same. I'm the same. I was the same age then that you are now. So yeah, never watched it because it wasn't my cup of tea because I was watching older stuff then. It's a French show, yeah. But when it was it came out in 2015, but when it aired in the UK in 2016, you know, I was 14 years old. I was watching DC's The Flash, I was watching Gotham. I was watching shows like that, more teenager show. I was watching teenager shows, so I never watched it. I've never watched it because when you're like in your teenage years, we're intertwined. Yeah, you don't watch shows like that when you're in your teenage years. OMG, I'm yapping. No, it's alright. Continue to yap. I mean, we're talking about film and TV, which is actually my area of expertise. So, continue, everyone. Just talk about films. I watched Titanic last night, guys. I'd never watched it. It's the only James Cameron film that I've never watched. I've watched every other film bar Titanic. I love our yapping, yeah. I watched Titanic last night, guys. That's the only film I've never watched. I didn't realise what's name was in it, though. When I was watching it, I didn't realise Victor Garber was in it, who played Firestorm in Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow. I didn't realise he was in it, and when he appears, I was like, is that Victor Garber? I'm like, nah. And right at the end, I'm like, oh, it is. Played Thomas Andrews, the guy that designed the. Played Thomas Andrews, the guy that designed the. Obviously, Bernard Hill, great British actor. Captain Smith, Bernard Hill. Bernard Hill, ironically, only person to have been in 2 films nominated for 11 Oscars. Bernard Hill was in Lord of the Rings, was in Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King, that was nominated for 11 Oscars, and he was also in Titanic, that was nominated for 11 Oscars. That won 11 Oscars. Titanic and Lord of the Rings both won 11. Hello, my little pony I love. Welcome to the stream. Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King won 11 Oscars. Titanic won 11 Oscars. So Bernard Hill is the only person in history to be in 2 films that's won the most Oscars. Incredible. He died last year. He was 79. Very famous initially for playing Yosser Hughes in a Scouse character in a TV show. And his main line was "Gives a job." Gives a job. I can do that. And he's following this guy with like when you have to mark a football pitch with a little stick and the roll of paint. He's following someone doing that. Gives a job. I can do that. Gives a job. I can do that. Gives a job. I can do that. And it's gives a job. The only thing you know about him is gives a job. And it's based in the fact that in Liverpool in the 1980s there wasn't a lot of jobs going around, and his character's basically his character basically epitomizes what the working class people were feeling in 1980. So his character was Yosser Hughes, and he said he just walks up and down asking a guy gives a job. But it's the same in the UK now, guys. A uni graduate. I saw a clip about a uni graduate the other day. They applied for 600 jobs, and they only got one. Only one of them called back, which I think that's disgraceful. You should at least call back and go, sorry, you do not fit our qualifications or fit the person that of what our expectations. You should at least send something back. I think that's disrespectful. That's very much taking an American style approach. It should be like, we're sorry to tell you that we will be looking at other candidates. That's, your voice is British. Yes, it is. That's I thought that was pretty obvious, but I wouldn't say my voice is British. My accent's British. Yeah. 300 of you have watched this stream, guys. That's incredible. Sorry, it's alright. You don't have to apologise. You asked me a question, I answered it. You don't have to apologise. I love that. I love that from YouTube. YouTube's telling me to reply to comments. So I'm like, well, I haven't had one in 4 days. You're the best, Joe. Oh, thank you. Yeah, YouTube's telling me, oh, here's an idea for you. Grow your channel by replying to comments. I'm like, but I haven't had a comment in 4 days. Well, no, I have had comments in the last 4 days, but I've replied to the ones, but I haven't. These are the ones that I haven't replied to, guys. Someone just put a load of shocked emojis. Someone's commented the word yes. What's the mod or add-on called? Ease. I will do when I'm 13. That's talking about my Discord server. When are we gonna play Minecraft together? That was Beast Slayer 2 months ago. But I found that quite a disrespectful comment. That's not can I play Minecraft with you? That's when are we doing it? Average day in Ohio. When I blew up a Minecraft build, someone's commented Israel. Someone's randomly just commented the word no. Someone's commented W9. Then it's just all comments from Decepted saying bad loop, I can hear the music, forever word up my ass, what in the balls is going on here? Decepted's then commented, this ain't no PE. What is the cap cut going? What in the cap cut is going on here? Nah, this is bullshit. Albert Einstein right here. This ain't no clock. How did this magically end up in your inventory? TF. Well, no shit. And then someone's put Pog, Chroma Key, bet I'll join. Honestly, I was on Deceptive's realm and this guy commented bet I'll join. It's odd comments, guys. But, oh, have you guys, these streams are going to change next month, guys. These streams are going to change for the better. These streams are going to change for the better, guys. Do you guys know what the change is? There one in the next. YouTube is banning everyone under the age of 16 from. YouTube is banning everyone from the under the age of 16 from commenting on streams. YouTube is banning under 16s from being able to stream on YouTube. Hello, Princess Preppy. It's long time no see. It's me, Kate. I wouldn't say long time no see, Kate. You were in the stream literally like 3 days ago. Honestly, Skatepunk, YouTube is changing the rules so you can only stream at. YouTube is changing the rules so you can no longer stream if you're under the age of 16. You will not be able to comment if you're under the age of. If you're under the age of 16, you can't comment on streams anymore. Well, that's good. It is. I think it is good, to be honest. But Burger, I agree, because you're no longer gonna have brain rot comments. I'm no longer gonna have. I joined this server. My English is bad, right? I'm bored because I've got banned from Roblox for 3 days. Oh. There we go. Yeah. Honestly, guys. So, no more brain rot. No more commenting. Nobody's gonna comment now. Technoblade never dies. I find that disrespectful if you comment on someone else's stream and just comment that and then leave. Because I find that disrespect. I find it disrespectful just randomly clicking on someone's stream, commenting that and going. At least I'm not like my brother, got banned from Rush for 6 months. What did your brother do to get banned off that for 6 months? What did he do to get banned off there for 6 months? How can you get banned off a game for 6 months? I know Decepted once got banned for life from Xbox. I don't for like till like 9999999. I don't get how he did that. Exploiting. Oh yeah. Yeah. But honestly, no brain rot comments anymore. That's amazing. Like no one's gonna comment Skibidi Rizzler or things like that. How? What did you do, Burger? What did you do? What did you do? Start a communist dictatorship so you could take over the server, improve workers' rights, fight for the worker? Am I the only one that's never got banned from anything? Your actions will not be told. Oh, we all know. We know. He took a picture of his dick and built it as a Minecraft statue. It was called the Statue of the Big Cock. Honestly, Decepted would do that. Decepted did that once. He generally built a huge cock on Minecraft. I didn't take a picture of it. Oh no, so you just built it then. That's Why have you been banned? Why have you been banned then? Also, yeah, why do people do that anyway? Why do people take a picture of it? I just never understand it. Why do people take a picture of it, guys? That's the one thing I don't understand. Like, you see it every day anyway. Why do you take a photo of it? I don't know why I got banned, but I did. On Decepted's realm, there's just a big. It honestly is just a big dick. I've built my Survival Legacy house there, not the new one, but the older one, and Decepted's just built a big dick next to it. I just said about how Decepted's weird and how he built a big dick in Minecraft. Because why not? Well, not because why not. I don't know why he did it. He built it next to my house as well. Oh, honestly, on our create survival part of our realm, I made a submarine and Decepted made a cock boat. He generally made a boat that looks like a cock. He made a cock boat, everybody. Next time I stream on the realm, guys, I will show you guys Decepted's cock boat because it's next to my perfectly good submarine. In fact, it spoils my submarine's view. That's how bad it is. It spoils my submarine's view. My submarine had a real nice view until he went and built the cock boat. He basically built the Dorothy cock boat. He built the cock boat, everybody. Decepted did the deed. I'm getting notifications. I can't spell myself, everybody. I just need to go. I'm just responding to someone's Discord. I'm gonna do that on my server fan. Tell the owner he's a streamer and make him see it live. Yeah, Decepted generally made a big boat, and it generally he calls it the cock boat, and he built it out of a floating boat out of pink wool. But honestly, Burger, if you do hello Sid Susay, welcome to the stream. Honestly, if you did that, Burger, you wouldn't notice it. He's also a family friendly streamer. Yet you wouldn't notice it. You would not notice it if you were looking at it from the water. It's only when you look above, when you're like standing above it, that's when you see it. Your name is Sydney. Cool. La 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 la. Yeah. Anyway, what's the last film everyone watched? We have Elytra. Cool. What's the last film everyone watched? I'm thinking of watching Gareth Edwards' The Creator tonight. The film's not actually called Gareth Edwards, the creator. It's just called The Creator, but it was directed by Gareth Edwards. So I'm thinking of watching The Creator. Hello, Preston. Oh, Preston, you were in the stream yesterday, weren't you? You remember when... That's okay. I never got a notification you were live. Yeah, I'm thinking of... I watched Titanic last night. I'd never watched Titanic, so I was like, well, I've never... That's the only James Cameron film I've never watched. So I thought, well, I might as well watch it. Oh, Preston, you were in the stream yesterday. You know when Tyrese was moaning at me about apparently offending... I offended him about Oggy, Oggy, Oggy. I'm 8 years old, girl. Cool. Yeah, you shouldn't be on YouTube if you're 8 years old. But, yep. I googled it afterwards. Oggy, Oggy, Oggy is 40 years older than Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oggy, Oggy, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie is a very... Yeah, honestly, Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi is a parody of Oggy, Oggy, Oggy. So when he called me offensive and apparently I offended I mocked an Australian chant. How can I mock an Australian chant when the British chant is 40 years older? It's over 40 years older. So, if anything... Yeah. Because I remember you in the stream and you found it... you were like... So, how can... Yeah, it's not really that offensive. Well, it's not offensive at all. It's not offensive at all. The British chant... The Australian national chant Aussie, Aussie, Aussie is a remake of Oggy, Oggy, Oggy. So it's not offensive. The British one came first. So I can't be told I've mocked an Australian chant. Never mock an Australian chant. Without Oggy, 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 that Australian chant wouldn't exist. So you can't think that I was offensive. And I wasn't offensive. But I do think that's petty, guys, moaning about a chat. Even if I was offensive and I did mock the chant, which I didn't, because the British chant is older, so. But you can't mock a chant. How can I mock an Australian chant when the British chant, when the Australian chant is based off the British chant? No, in the UK, everyone has heard of Oggy, Oggy, Oggy. I mean, it's we've been saying Oggy, Oggy, Oggy in the UK for 60 odd years. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie only really took off in 20 years ago. Sydney Olympics. So funny, guys, very funny. Anyway, what we're gonna do for a moment. Oh, I've got cramp in my leg, guys. Ow. Just want to check a notification, guys. Well, you can't assume that. Well, he can't assume it's offensive me mocking an Australian chant when the British chant, chant equivalent is over 60 years old. You can't assume that I've mocked an Australian chant. But when he said that yesterday, I'm strictly taught. Is that too far? Is that too far? Strictly taught to believe that every Australian chant has to believe that the chant is Australian, when it's not actually an Australian chant. It's actually a British chant which has been rehashed to an American audience. It's like watching thing. It's like watching Kill Bill and being it's like watching Kill Bill, Quentin Tarantino film, and not realizing it's basically a Japanese film remade for an American audience. You made the teaser trailer of your theatrical movie. Cool. Do you want to call it a movie because it's not theatrical? I wouldn't call it I find that disrespectful though, Super Boris Wodemeyer, that you're calling it theatrical. It's only a movie's only theatrical if it's in theatres. So are you putting it in theatres then? Are you actually going to put it in a theatre? Because you said theatrical. It's not that it's disrespectful. Are you actually going to try and put it in a theatre? Hello, Pixel King. Welcome to the stream. But yeah. Oh yeah, a theatrical film's only theatrical if it goes into a theatre. Summer Trust, cool. Yeah, just some advice. When you put theatrical, if you generally put on your advertisements for it theatrical, people will think it's in theatre. Just as some advice, people will start looking for theatres if people see that, because that's why it says theatrical. If it's theatrical, it means it's going into a cinema. Which is why a film that doesn't go into theatrical is just called a movie film. Movie and film are exactly the same thing. Americans call it a movie because it's moving image. The UK call it film because it's shot on film. It's interesting, but hey Joe, please can I have moderator. I don't give moderator out that often, but also I don't give moderator out. I only gave Pixel King moderator because Pixel King made me moderator on his stream. He randomly gave me moderator status, so I gave it to him as sort of him moderator because he made me a moderator. But yeah, I don't give moderator out, Preston, that often. I gave Burger it because Burger's a moderator on my Discord server, and Decepted has it because Decepted's always been my moderator. But we don't need 30,000 moderators on a stream that's only got 400 views today. We would pose a chance of, because we might pose a chance of, we've got more moderators than people watching the stream. Well, we might have 9. If that was the case, then we could have 9 moderators, and every moderator could be watching the stream. Because you are one of my favourite Minecraft YouTubers. Oh, thanks. It would cause chaos. Chaos. I love chaos, though. I do love chaos. I love it. I write novels in my spare time, so I'm currently planning out Dawn of the Planets book 5 and 6. I'm gonna love writing 6 because it's chaos. The main character is just absolute. This book 6 is the main character's highest ever point. It's where he basically. No, I don't want you to call us chaos. But I'm planning out. I'm at the moment. I'm writing Dawn of the Planets book 4, but I'm planning book 5 and 6, and. Book 5 and book 6 is chaos, guys. The main character in the Dawn of the Planet series, during the book 6, it's when he's at his highest moment. Like, he's one of the most respected people on the planet, and he can do whatever he wants, and he's not gonna. Basically, I have an idea for book 7. What's that then? What's that? Because you cared enough to join my live. Actually, it randomly popped up. I remember seeing your name in the stream, and then your channel randomly just popped up in my recommended. I was like, all right, well, I might as well watch it. Why not? What's your idea? I gotta go. That's alright, Burger. You don't have to stay and watch the entire stream. Some people have been like, I gotta stay and watch your stream the whole time. I'm like, you don't have to. So all the characters come to her, and they all go out to this unknown planet, and it contains mysterious life forms they could never know. But that's not what my story is, to be honest. My story is not about going out to... My story is not about going to alien worlds. It's about the main character becoming... it's about empires. My story is about empires and rise and fall in. So the main character is very much a soldier. Only people I know are the ones that become mods. Yeah. Hey, never managed to play Legacy Quantity, but I'm getting a physical copy of PS4 edition. Cool. Hello, Totem. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, that wouldn't fit my story. Officially, it ends on book 6. I know what I'm going to do for book 7, if I want to do it. It's not about going to alien worlds, it's about basically empires rise and fall. So the main character is basically a Julius Caesar style. The main character is like a Julius Caesar style character. You know, the military general that becomes the king. Sort of like that. A bit of World War II, World War One mixed into there. Rising up and up. The ever strong, the most powerful man, and the most powerful man there can be. The mythical quest of he is the chosen one, but he doesn't care. During the 6th story, the main character becomes... It's been a minute. Hello, I'm a guy. Welcome to the stream. During the 6th story, the main character doesn't care anymore. No, book one is the character's early years. So as the character's growing up, as the story's progressing, so the book starts when the main character's 12, and the book starts when the main character's 12, and as we get into book 4, he's 17. Book 1's not a prologue. Book 1 to 2. Book 1 and 2 are like Book 1 and 2 are where the characters from 12 to 13. Book 3 is where the character is, 14 to 17. Well, 14 to 6. No. 14 to 17. And then obviously book 4 is 17 to 19, and then book 5 is where he's 3 weeks. How long did it take to write book 1? The link is in the link is in the pinned comment, guys, to the book series. But it took me 3 weeks. It took me 3 weeks because I already had 17,000 words from a draft I did in 2020. I did a draft in 2020, so over Christmas time 2023, I literally turned to the seventh. About 4 weeks. Over 4 weeks, I turned to this 17 page. I turned this 17. What do you mean that long? To write a novel? Do you mean that? What do you mean that long, Preston? That's short. That's short. That's really short. It took J.R.R. Tolkien 17 years to write Lord of the Rings. That's not long. Writing a story. How long did it take to write book 1? If you've wrote a book in 3 weeks, that's fast. That's not long. Unless you're writing how many pages is it? 160. Honestly, Preston, if you're writing hello, Bite Rush. If you're writing a book, Preston, at minimum you're going to be writing for 3 months. At minimum you're going to be writing for 3 months. What's my favourite TV series? Doctor Who. Wings of Fire, yeah, but I'm only new to novel writing. Yeah, but then book 2 is longer. Book 2 is 200 page. Book 2's 210 pages. Book 3 is book 3's 205. Dawn of Planets 1's War, as it stands at the moment, I've already wrote book 4. I just need to rewrite it. Book 4, as it stands, is nearly 300 pages. It's 70,000 words. Okay, I just want to say hi. That's all right. Thank you for joining. I'm a guy, and have a good rest of your day. Yeah, but it probably is longer than 50 pages, but I can tell you how many chapters there are, guys. Book 1 has 20 chapters. Book 2 has 26. Book 2 has 27 chapters. Hold on a minute, I've got a copy here. How many chapters does this have? How many pages? Longest book is Dawn of Planets 1's War. That's almost 300 pages. That's 70,000 words. Oh no. No. I got it wrong, sorry. I got it wrong. Book 2 of the Dawn of Planets series, Dawn of Planets Vengeance, is 243 pages. It's 243 pages long. No, so book 1's about 160, book 2's 243. So altogether, the first 2 books are 400 pages. The first 2 books are 400 pages. Just over 400 pages. But then Gathering Storm. So the first 3 books are over 600 pages together. They're over 600 pages, and then it will be 900 pages by the end of the 4th story. It will be 900 pages. I'll stop welcoming because everyone will think I'm a bot. But yeah, longest one at the moment is 1's War, but that's not out yet. That's not coming out till next year. But 1's War, as it stands, is nearly 300 pages. But the reason it's 300 pages is because the main character's now in charge. The main character's now in charge of something, so he's very much more not a soldier anymore, but an executive. So he's very much in control of stuff. And then you start seeing some evil side of the main character as well. I hate character development if done shit. I hate character development if done terribly. So it's at this point in book 4 that you start seeing it's at book 4 you start seeing some of the darker side of the main character. Like, you know, you're starting to understand that he's not all good. And it's sort of as well, if you read the story properly from book 1 to 6, you realise that the main antagonist isn't all evil, but the main hero isn't all good. They're both 2 people willing to die for what they believe in. I hate the thing of good versus... You have good versus evil, but from your opinion, who's good and who's evil? Like how it is in modern day. Some people say Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, is evil. But in regard, some people say the Hamas are evil. But how do you decide who's evil and who's bad? Also, what gives you the right to decide who's evil and who's bad? We all decide who we like based on who we stand with. So the concept is that the main character is not. The concept is the main character is not all good, but the villain's not all evil. So And it's up to you guys to decide who you stand with. Do you stand with this guy or do you stand with the other guy? And really, it really is. And in the concept of it, it really is just down to whoever's reading it. Who do they think is the evil guy? Do they think it's this guy or do they think it's that guy? What do you guys think? Cool concept, isn't it? But I gotta go to the gym. Cool. Enjoy yourself, Mia. Thank you for joining the live stream, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, Mia. Thank you for joining the live stream, and I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, what was I going to say, guys? How's your day been? My day's been alright. It's been hectic. I'm sort of planning a novel at the moment because I'm trying to write a novel for a competition. So I'm in my final stages of just planning the ending. Oh. Yeah, so I've been trying to get these villagers to breed for months, for weeks, and they just won't do it. Anyway, is there anyone here right in the stream right now? I'm still there. Welcome, Sophia. Welcome. I mean, you're already in the stream. Yeah, I didn't know if there was anyone still here. Is Preston still here in the stream? Because he asked me that question. He asked me that question about my book. What's the longest pages book you've read? And how many pages is it? Yeah, 243 as it stands, but Still on the Planet's One's War has nearly 300. But it might have more, guys, because I'm currently rewriting it. Because if you write a book, honestly, guys, would you guys like to know an interesting fact about book writing? Oh. Do you guys want to know something really interesting about book writing, guys? Honestly, with book writing, you probably do 3 or 4 drafts before you publish. So I'm currently writing draft 2 of Dawn Planet's One's War, which isn't actually a war. It's more of a clandestine war. It's more of a clandestine table war with against corruption. It's your server. Yeah, this server, yeah. Which is why it's called Climate of Joe's Legacy server. Yeah, it is my server. That's why I call it Legacy server. That's why it's called Climate of Joe's Legacy server. That's why we call it that. There's my server, yeah. There we go. I think I can't use I think I can't join. I use Mojang launcher. Oh no, you're talking about I thought you were talking about the Discord server. No, this isn't the server. This is a world. I thought you were talking about the Discord server. No, this is a world. This isn't a server. No, this isn't the server. This is actually just my Minecraft world. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Oh, fucking hell. Sorry. Smell of egg. Smells of egg. Ugh. I'll join on your Discord server. My name is Habby. Okay, yeah. No, I saw that. Sorry, I thought you were talking about my Discord server. No, this world's not a server. I'm sorry, guys. I'm £215 plus. That's gonna happen. Oh, G-Chin. Oh, Pixel King, when you said about being chubby earlier on, in yesterday's stream, I saw a clip earlier on of a guy. He was 15, 6 foot, £295, and honestly, they were chubby. So I wouldn't say that you're chubby at 210, 215. Bearing in mind you are really tall. I mean, this guy was a bodybuilder. This guy was a deadlifter, but I don't. If they didn't look big at £295, you definitely aren't big at 210. My God, it's to lose £20. I mean, fair play. That's I mean, it seems an easy enough goal. It seems an easy enough goal. It's just how you intend to lose it, though. Because there are people that will lose £20 and then put on an extra 30. It's how you want. It's how you're going to lose it. That's the that's always the trick. It's not when you think. It's not where you think. I'm a bit confused by your comment. Yeah, it's not when you think. Do you mean when or where? You're from Armenia, cool. You think it is, but it's not. It's not where you think. I'm confused by what your comment means. It's not where you think. When you said about losing £20, I said it's not. It's how you're going to lose it. I'm not mentioning anything about anything else. I said it's about how you lose it, like what exercises you're going to sort of regime you're going to do to lose it. I was talking about exercise regimes. I don't have a clue what you're talking about. Honestly. That's just me being honest. I don't have a clue what you're referring to. When you think in dev about... In dev? Games design? I have no idea. It might be that I'm stupid, but I've got no idea what you're talking about. I mean, it's not cool for me. My life is bad and I'm 17 years old. I don't want to go to army. Oh, national service. Oh, national service. Is that in detail a bit? I can't. It's not where you think it is. But where would it go? I don't know. I don't actually. I can't. I'm not thinking in detail about it, but I can't think. What is that? National service then? My Little Pony I Love. Is that national service? Well, not many. My English bad. I said, is that national service where where you have to join the army? Hold on a minute. I'm gonna Google Translate to Armenian. Can you join Bedrock Realms with Java? I wouldn't know. I hope this is translated properly. Sorry, off topic. I wouldn't know, Pixel King, to be honest. No, it's not off topic. It's a Minecraft stream. Oh no, my Armenian's bad. My Russian better than all my other languages. You're from Armenia and your Armenian's bad. Okay, we'll just turn it to Russian. We'll turn it to Russian. That's surprising. That's kind of surprising. Here we go. Google Translate it. I've Google Translated it. Here we go. I said, is that national service where you've got to join the when you're 18, you've got to join the army? Thank you, Skatepunk. I didn't even know you were still here. But I don't want to go to the army. Yeah, is it compulsory? Yeah. Hey Joe, do you think life is short? Pretty well, yeah. I mean, you know, 10 years ago, Skatepunk. 10 years ago, I was 13 years old. I mean, I was a short 13-year-old. I was only 5 foot, and I'm like, oh, and I realised the other day that The Force Awakens came out 10 years ago. Rip my YouTube channel. Yeah, YouTube have changed all the rules, but I kind of like the rule changed for like on a. No, I don't want Google Docs. I want Google Translate. I mean, honestly, would this shock you guys by saying that would this shock you guys by saying 10 years ago I was really skinny? Would it shock you guys by saying when I was 13 I was practically underweight? See, and 10 years ago seems like a long time ago, but not long at all. It's so strange. It is. I'm just going to quickly Google Translate what I Love Little Pony said. I think war is always going on. I don't know what, to be honest. Ah, okay. In a minute, Decepted. In a minute. There we go. Hello, F Guess. Welcome to the stream. Oh, fuck's sake. I didn't Google the translated one. I googled the I'll join the Discord in a minute, Decepted. I'm just happen to be trying to do something. There we go. Oh, it's not letting me put it. But yeah, according to that, My Little Pony I Love, according to that, Armenia has military service, but military service is 24 months. Is 24 months, but you can do it between the ages of 18 to 27. So it's not that you're joining the army. You're just joining the army on a 24-month period, which is mandatory between the ages of 27. So you could pick to do it in 10 years' time. You could pick to do it when you're 27. But it's when you pick to do it. But also, because it's just military service and Armenia and currently not fighting any wars, it would just be you're trained to fight in case of a war. The UK used to do it. Honestly, national service, as we call it, the UK used to do it. The UK, you used to have to serve in the Army, Navy. You had to serve in the Army, Navy, or Air Force for a year, for 2 years. In the UK, you used to have to, when you were 18, you used to have to serve in the Army, military, or Navy for a year or two. And it was basically your service to the country. So but I don't think you'll die. I don't think you'll die because Armenia aren't fighting a war. Piss off, Decepted. Honestly, you aren't fighting any war. Armenia aren't fighting any war, so it'll just be you're in the army for a bit. I'll join it in a minute. We are waiting. Yeah, I don't care if you're waiting. If my left bollock tells me to start talking about Armenia. How old am I? How old do you think I am, Eduardo? How old do you think I am? Just as a guess. Everyone that asks me that question, I make them guess. I make everybody on these streams guess. I don't say for this. But you can guess by someone's voice. You can guess by someone's voice. You can guess by someone's voice. You don't need to see my face, but you can guess by someone's voice. Honestly, you can't be wrong. I've had people think I'm 30. I've had people think I'm 15. It's incredible. Just have a guess. Everybody that asks me that question, I make them guess. It's a fun game. Maybe 16? No, I'm not. I'm 23, nearly. I'm not 16. You are young, man. You are young, man. I mean, I'm not that young. I'm not that young. Thank you. How kind of you, Decepted. How kind of you. I want to say, if I get into the Armenians will beat me up. They often attack one person altogether. But then, you are Armenian, aren't you? So, why would they beat up their own comrade? That's the name of the fucking country, you twat. Oh. Sorry. Sorry, Decepted, sorry guys. I'm 35 years old, am I old? I wouldn't say 35 years... Sorry, I wasn't saying that to anyone else. Decepted said, is Armenia a real country? And I said, yeah. He said, what's Armenia? I said, well, it's a country. I'm 35 years old. Am I old? Well, you're only 12 years older than me, so I wouldn't say you're old. Did you know America is the world's leading military force? It is, but I'd argue Britain's up there as well. I'd argue Britain's number 2, because I'd argue everyone says, oh, it's China and Russia, but you don't doubt... the whole thing is... The whole joke about the British military is you don't doubt the British, because the British military is... That's because... Yeah, the whole thing is you don't doubt the British. Oh, Decepted. There's a way of doing that, by the way. There's a thing called true. No, you're not. You're not on True. Oh yeah, you are. Oh, now you are. Yeah, I mean, it's got a huge population as well. No, do Canada. Canada's fucking huge if you look at it. Canada's massive. Canada covers all of Europe. Yeah. There we go. I'd rather date a goth chick. What? Okay. If Canada became part of America, we'd have more land than Russia. Canada would never join America though, Skatepunk, because Canada's actually got more. Canada would never join America. Donald Trump can say Canada be the 51st state. Canada is more likely to join UK than America. Canada's more likely to join the UK than America because Canada and the UK are more similar countries. Yeah, Canada would never join the UK and the US because they would have to go and get Charles's permission. They'd have to go and get. They have good relations, but they got terrible relations at the moment with Donald Trump. But that's because, yeah, Canada and the US have great relations, but the UK is culturally similar. Canada and America are two very different countries in terms of law. Canada would have to change a lot. If Canada were to join the UK, there would be nothing would change because all the laws would be exactly the same. But also as well, the UK share something with Canada. The UK share the monarchy with Canada. And Charles has already said that he will not let America do it. They have good relations, but Canadians don't want to be part of America. Back in a second. Yeah, it's King Charles gave a sort of like fuck you to Trump a couple of weeks ago. He during a speech in Italy, he called himself the King of the United Kingdom and the King of Canada, which technically he is. But yeah, I was talking with a Canadian person on here actually. This is nothing political, everybody. It's not that I hate Trump. I don't like him, but I don't hate him. But I hate when he just spouts claims with no evidence. In fact, Canada's Liberal Party, if Donald Trump hadn't have turned around and said, become the 51st state and started talking about that, Canada's Liberal Party were on pace to lose an absolute landslide majority. And then because he said that, the Liberal Party went and rebounded and won. There we go. And definitely, I will in a minute, Decepted. But yeah, what I mean, Skatepunk, is that the UK has more in similarity, and in fact, Canada would prefer. I was talking to someone recently about this. A guy on my stream mentioned it because he was Canadian. Why can I hear my stream? Why can I hear it? So weird. Now I can hear it. In fact, yeah, Canada the people of Canada would rather join the UK. A poll was done recently that they would rather join the UK. Why can I just hear Why can I hear adverts? Decepted is watching my bloody stream. I was wondering why I could fucking hear it. Decepted was watching his screen on Discord. I knew I could fucking hear the thing. I'll undeafen in a minute, you Mr. fucking Tumble fucking weed. You're an ignorant as Mr. Tumble. You're an ignorant as a fucking prostitute with fucking 2 mattresses. That was a hard job for her. Anyway, Anyway. I could veneer it, you plank. But oh, I know what that is, because France indoctrinated them. France incorporated them into part of France to get around the colonial stuff. Whereas yeah, because the UK, what the UK did is for colonization. I can't say that word. For colonialism, France turned around and claimed all the little islands as part of France, where the UK made them crown dependencies. So they were technically part of the crown, not part of the UK. Which Great Britain. How are you going to stream? How am I going to stream? By the same way I am now. No, I didn't have desktop audio on. I could hear it from my headphones. I was like, the fuck's this come from? Oh, how long are you going to stream? I don't know. I might stream for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You remember me? Of course I remember you. You were in yesterday's stream, for fuck's sake. Sorry. But you were. Well, I saw no, when I saw that I had your screen on, I noticed that there was some woman doing woman things. You were, yeah, you had a couple of tabs open. I could see shit, and let me see. I want to unsee it. You are a dirt. Anyway, guys, I'm ending this stream. Thank you for watching, because Decepted's being an idiot. Thank you.